Here's your pre-vlog disclosure. This isn't meant to discourage anyone from doing anything that's working for them. This is meant for those who might have a little suspicion that what they're doing just isn't the right thing for them. I'm not talking about any specific meal plan, program, company, or lifestyle here. I'm really just talking about my story and what's been going on with me over the last 5 years.
Here we go.
Hey guys, happy Thursday. So first of all, excuse the not no, but very little makeup face. I don't think that's a word. My brows are still healing. We're on day I'm the only one who has to count days on my fingers. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Day 4. Day 4 of brow healing. So I've been trying to be really intentional with not wearing very much makeup because I don't want to get a bunch of stuff in there as they're trying to heal, and then I'm also not supposed to use face wash or makeup wipes, anything on them. So it's really hard to put foundation and stuff on a part of your face without the other part of your face. Anyway, so we're rocking the light makeup look is my point. We are talking about body image today. Insert that emoji. So if we've been friends for a while, you know that I used to post about fitness 24/7. So it was either abs, workouts, food, abs and food, workouts and food, workouts and abs, any combination you want. And if you follow me now, you're probably like, this is odd. I see a lot less workouts and food and abs. And I wanted to explain why, or at least try to explain why, but I don't know how good of a job I'll do. Good of a job, is that a word? How well of a job I'll do. Really, the number one thing you guys are gonna learn from this channel is that I need a strong lesson in grammar. 5 years ago, I weighed 20 pounds more than this, and I was kind of a sloth. Not the cute kind. I did nothing to take care of myself. I didn't exercise. I ate whatever I wanted, which was mostly fast food, and laid on the couch and drank and smoked, all the fun stuff. And I felt super uncomfortable with my body, just so self-conscious. I felt like a little meatball. And I remember crying in the dressing room, just crying when I would try things on. And I would look in the mirror, and then I would do everything I could to try and pull something over my little kangaroo pouch that I used to have. I would try to pull underwear up, or dresses or rompers and stuff with drawstrings for my best friend, because I would tie it right across the pooch and it would make it into 2 smaller, less visible pooches, all the while I couldn't breathe. So I knew that something had to change in my life. I knew it. And I started working out from home, following meal plans that taught me portion control and showed me how to eat food groups without eating just one food group. It wasn't all carbs and fast food. It was a little carbs and a little vegetables and a little fats and a little fruit to make up one balanced meal. And I learned to cook, and I actually fell in love with cooking. And I saw a drastic change. In the course of a year, I saw great changes. And then a few years after that, I was the healthiest I had ever been, the happiest I had ever been. I had lost 30 pounds since that moment, that last meatball moment. And I had also developed endurance. I could run now. I could do cardio. I could lift weights. I could do things that I could never do before. I could walk upstairs only being slightly winded. By the way, no matter how healthy you get, I'm pretty sure it's always exhausting to walk upstairs. I'm pretty sure Olympians are still a little winded when they get upstairs. Michael Phelps, can you walk up the stairs without breathing heavy? He said no, you guys. I was so happy with my results and my body. But so many other areas of my life were lacking. I think that it's never really talked about that being healthy can make you unhealthy. And that's exactly what happened to me. If you scroll my social media, you will probably not see any aspect of me talking about this because it's not something I share because I'm not totally comfortable with it yet. I'm not really sure how to talk about it. I'm not really sure how to explain it. I'm not sure how to like say what I mean, and I'm not sure how to say what I'm feeling, but I'm gonna give it the best attempt I can and talk about what sort of led me away from health and fitness a little bit. Over the course of my fitness journey, I went from one extreme to the other extreme. And there was a point when I stopped somewhere in the middle, and I guess you could call it the sweet spot, but I didn't hang out there for long. And so what used to be eating whatever I wanted quickly went to eating nothing I wanted. And what used to be never working out quickly went to always working out. And I lost the part of this journey that focused on health. I really do believe that any time our minds are focused solely on one thing, it's not healthy. I can remember sitting in the dining room of a cruise ship ordering the same plain grilled chicken breast with a side of broccoli, make sure you leave off the butter, for 8 nights in a row. I can remember when they would pass out the dessert menu saying, "I'll just take coffee, please." That isn't living for me, you guys. I love food. I love to eat. I love to travel. And part of experiencing traveling in other places is eating. I believe that to embrace a culture and to experience a culture, you get to use all of your senses to do that. And I was missing out on so many things in my life because I was so glued to the idea of being healthy, to the idea of never moving backwards, of never losing these results, of never seeing a single puffy section or a decrease in muscle, or having my pants that just came out of the dryer feel even just a little bit snug. I was so obsessed with that idea that it took over my entire life and my entire being. And only when I stepped back from it was I able to see that. Was I able to see how much food and exercise was controlling me. And before, it literally wasn't, it didn't even have a place in my life. And now, or then, it took over my life. I think that discipline means doing something that you don't want to do because you know that it will make you better or healthier. And in this case, I had to let go of the control of having a perfect body, of seeing constant ab definition, of not having any fluff, of knowing that workouts get missed and skipped and that there's no perfect schedule for life. I had to practice discipline in that way this time, and it was terrifying and so difficult. And honestly, you guys, it's still really difficult, and that's why I don't talk about it a lot, because it's something I still struggle with. I feel shame and guilt a lot of the time that I think about food and nutrition and exercise and results. I can't tell you guys how often I scroll through my old Instagram feed, like the photos from 2 or 3 years ago, and look at my body and say, I miss that, I want that. But I have to keep telling myself that no other area of my life was really fulfilled when I was following a structure that didn't allow me to be a human being. I couldn't eat anywhere I wanted. I couldn't travel without worrying about what I was gonna have to eat all day. I couldn't go on a road trip without thinking about packing a lunch. I couldn't go out to dinner with my family. I remember bringing my own food to Thanksgiving. I needed to find the balance in between. I needed to figure out what I could let go of in order to still live a healthy life and still feel good and not get back to a point where I was crying in a dressing room, but also not get to the point where I was crying in an airport because I was so hungry and couldn't find anything on my approved foods list. I still fall into the trap of obsessing over my body, or obsessing over my meals, or feeling bad about a late night snack. I'm not perfect, and this journey is difficult. When I first decided that something had to give and that I had to let go of some of this control, I felt like I was moving backwards. I felt like I was moving in the wrong direction, that I was giving up things I had worked hard for. And I took a lot of time focusing on that and seeing only that. But now, you guys, I see it as an equal trade. I might be giving up some ab definition, but I'm also gaining something that I didn't have before. I'm gaining experiences. I'm gaining freedom. I get to do things now that I would have never done before because of the structure I was following. I used to say silly things like, nothing tastes as good as skinny feels, or experiences aren't based on food. But you guys, have you ever eaten voodoo donut with your best friends in the middle of the night? Or have you ever taken your 87-year-old dad out for ice cream for Father's Day at his favorite place? Or have you ever shared the most romantic, French-themed, butter-smothered, macaroon-filled Valentine's Day dinner with your husband? Food is a huge part of experiences. And for the first time in so long, you guys, I feel like I'm living. I was listening to a personal development podcast or call or something a while back, and I heard someone say the quote, "You can have everything you want, you just can't have it at the same time." And I feel like I have to call bullshit. I think sometimes we just have to hone in what it is we want. I think that life is best lived in the gray space. So a lot of people have asked me, like, what's my routine like now? What do I do now? Like, how do I practice that balance? And honestly, you guys, for the most part, I still do eat really healthy because it's how I feel best. It's what makes my body work the way that I know I was designed and created to work. I don't stray from the food groups that I used to eat very often because I enjoy them and because, like I said, I feel good. Friday night, I ate McDonald's, a Big Mac meal. No joke, all of it. And Saturday, I ate more Tums and acid reflux medicine than I ate of the McDonald's to try and compensate for how terrible I felt. Nothing changes in the science of healthy living when you practice balance. It's just allowing yourself grace when something sounds good or random plans come up or a sample at Trader Joe's is out and I'm hungry. I don't beat myself up over saying yes. I don't follow a rigid, strict guideline of a penciled in treat meal every week at a certain time on a certain day based on a certain exercise I had done that morning, and not allow myself to eat anything all day before that, and not allow myself carbs for 4 days before and 3 days after. I don't do any of that anymore because my main goal is to get away from obsession and thinking about anything. If something looks good in the grocery store, I pick it up. I just focus on feeling good and enjoying my life. And that means for me walking that line. It means getting my body moving most days because I want the energy that comes with it, because I want the strength that comes from that. It means drinking lots of water. It means choosing treats and things that I know I'm gonna love and saying no to the things that don't sound good to me or things that aren't my favorite because I don't feel restricted. It means not eating something I don't want just because it's treat night out of fear that I'm not going to be able to have something I want again soon because of all the restrictions that I've placed. And most importantly, you guys, and I mean this with zero offense to all of my fitness friends and my coach friends and everybody who's documenting their journey. This is not directed at you or me. One of the most important choices that I have made on this journey to balancing a healthy life is taking less ab selfies. It's recording less workout videos. When focusing on my body became my focus, it became my only focus. And so I, for my mental health, had to stop taking photos where then I would look at them and I would critique them and I would think, Let me compare this. I had to stop putting side-by-side transformation photos together, because while maybe my stomach looked better, were my hips getting wider? Were my thighs expanding? All of those thoughts happened all the time. That insecurity that I was feeling, that I was just never ever gonna be enough or do enough, was bleeding into every area of my life. My life is not perfect, you guys. My body image is still skewed from time to time. I still do look in the mirror and get caught obsessing about dimples and rolls and bloating. There's so many thought patterns that need to be broken and reinforced over and over and over again. And just like any health journey, it's a process. It takes time. But I'm done not talking about something that I don't have all the answers to. I don't know. I don't know how this happened, honestly. I don't know when the switch flipped. I know I'm not fat now, but I also know I don't look how I did before. And like I said, sometimes I can see that as the blessing that it is. I can look at it as the things I've gained, but other times I do see the lack of results that I have. I don't know, you guys. I wish it was easier. I wish it came more naturally. Maybe someday it will. But right now, I'm seriously so grateful for this journey and what I have been able to learn and what my eyes have been open to. If you feel like no matter what you do, you'll never be good enough, if you feel alone in this, if you feel trapped by being healthy, I want you to know you are not alone. I am over here too. Let's talk about it, okay? Let's stop hiding. No matter what size you are, no matter what lack of progress you have, no matter how many bigger pairs of pants you've had to buy, you are not someone who deserves to be hidden, ever.